Subtracting across zeros using the standard algorithm. Why is subtracting across zeros so difficult? Zeros can make for difficult subtraction problems because they often mean having to regroup more than once. Let's look at a subtraction problem with zeros. We're going to be subtracting 800 minus 489, and we're going to use a strategy called the standard algorithm. So make sure you already are familiar with this strategy before watching this lesson. This is the strategy we use when we line the numbers up on top of each other, and then we subtract the ones, and we subtract the tens, and we subtract the hundreds. This is like the normal way of doing subtraction. So I know I need to start in the ones place. I have 0 minus 9. Well, I can't take 9 away from 0 because 9 is bigger than 0. But I know I can do 800 minus 489. I just have to do some regrouping. Normally, I would take one from the tens place and move it over to the ones place. But I don't have any tens either. I'm going to have to go all the way back to the hundreds place and start regrouping my number. So I'm going to take away a group of 100. I had an 8 in the hundreds place, and now I only have 7 hundreds. And when I move a group of 100 into the tens place, that's worth 10 tens. Now I have something in the tens place to take from. I can take away a group of 10 and move it over into the ones place. Now I have 10 ones. Now I can subtract. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. And 7 minus 4 is 3. Let's try another. One mistake that people make is to go ahead and regroup the whole top number without even stopping to look at the ones place. You don't need to regroup the whole number all the time. Like, look at the ones place in this problem. 5 minus 3. I can do that. That's 2. I don't need to do any regrouping yet. Only regroup when you need to. Otherwise, you're going to get messed up. Now, let's look at the tens place. 0 minus 3. That I can't do. Now I will have to regroup. I don't have any hundreds to take, but I do have some thousands. So I'm going to take away a group of 1,000 and move it over into the hundreds place. One group of 1,000 is worth 10 hundreds. Now I have some hundreds. I can move one of them over into the tens place. I'm left with 9 hundreds, and when I move a group of 100 into the tens place, that's 10 tens. I don't need to take anything from this 10 because I didn't need to regroup the ones place, so that is going to stay a 10. Now let's keep subtracting. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Let's look at one more, this time with a few more digits. This time I'm subtracting 50,000 minus 20,844. Look at all those zeros in the top number. I know I'm going to have to do a lot of regrouping here, but remember to always start in the ones place. So before I jump back all the way to that 5, let's make sure I actually have to. In the ones place, I have 0 minus 4. No, I can't take 4 away from 0, so it looks like I do need to go ahead and start regrouping this number. I don't have any tens to take, or hundreds, or thousands. I'm going to have to go all the way back to the 10,000s place. Let's take away a group of 10,000 and move it over into the thousands place. One group of 10,000 is 10 groups of 1,000. Now, I can take a group of 10,000 and move it over into the hundreds place. Now I can take away 100 and move it into the tens place. Now I can take away a 10 and move it into the ones place. And while you may be tempted to go ahead and change that to a 9, I don't need to do that here because I don't have any more digits that I need to regroup for. This is going to stay a 10. I have 10 ones minus 4 ones, and that is 6. Let's subtract the tens place. 9 minus 4 is 5. In the hundreds place, I have 9 minus 8, which is 1. The thousands, I have 9 minus 0, which is 9. And when I subtract the 10,000s place, 4 minus 2 is 2. Sometimes people jump straight to writing 9 once they get the hang of this strategy. Just be careful doing it that way. So instead of making this 0 a 10 when I know I'm just about to cross it off and make it a 9, I'll just go ahead and make it a 9 because I know I need to keep moving those numbers down to regroup this whole first number. This 0 will also become a 9 and a 9, and here's where you have to be careful. A 10, not a 9. This number would only become a 9 if I had another place to regroup, but I don't. I'm finished regrouping, and then once again, we subtract one place at a time. So if you're going to take this shortcut and automatically regroup to 9 instead of writing 10 first, just be careful. Make sure you don't change a 10 to a 9. That should actually stay a 10. Some reminders. Make sure you line your numbers up neatly so you're subtracting the correct place values. Ones minus ones, tens minus tens, hundreds minus hundreds. Take it one place at a time, always starting in the ones place, and only regroup when you need to. If you can subtract the digits in the ones place, go ahead and do that. You don't need to start regrouping until you get to a place where you don't have enough to subtract the bottom digit. Only regroup when you need to.